out the weak from who you've been. Can you win this war you're in? Is your point laborious, or will you rise victorious? So take it or break it. Take it or break it. Take it or break it. Earn your throne.
All right, welcome to a post-NBA Finals Game 1 edition of Take It or Break It, the sports takes game show of your dreams, your nightmares. This might go up on the Round Ball Rock feed, too. Who knows? Our guests are Joey Devine from Round Ball Rock. Joey, say hello.
Hi.
Sean Keane, also from Round Ball Rock. Sean, say hello.
Hello.
And John Wilmes, a frequent friend, and and the co-host of, what are we calling it? Remembrance of Things Hoops?
Remembrance of Hoops Past.
Remembrance of Hoops Past.
I think that's better. You know?
Our new premium podcast available at www.patreon.com/takeitorbreakit.
Get your dicks in there.
Yeah, head over there. Get on board so you can have the first episode the second it gets released.
You've got some donors already, right?
Yeah, 8.
We have 8 donors.
Yeah, we're up to 8.
We have found 8 people who said they're willing to give us their hearts.
Their hearts. Yeah, by which we mean their money.
Yeah, $5 a month.
Anyway, please.
Well worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
Can I? I'm sorry. Can I comment on something real quickly about last episode of Take It or Break It?
Sure.
You know how you were talking about that the Pacers were like the last team in the East to give LeBron a real series, and then fell apart in 2014. Do you know what the difference between those two Pacers teams is, Corbin?
What?
They traded the 2014 team traded for Evan Turner.
Oh.
And Andrew Bynum, of course.
Oh yeah.
Was Andrew Bynum on the Pacers?
Please.
No, he was on the Cavs.
We call him
No, he was on the Pacers in 2014.
No, I don't really.
Yeah, dude. I'm almost positive. I mean, I'll look it up, but I'm almost positive.
I mean,
I don't
Wilmes
think
is
Andrew Bynum was ever
our
a Pacer.
You know what? There is a picture of him in a Pacers jersey, and he looks
he went
so
to the Pacers
lazy and checked out.
After he was on Cleveland.
He played 2 minutes. He played 2 games for that squad.
Oh hell yeah!
And then was washed up at age 26.
Yeah. No, Evan Turner was causing them legit problems on the court.
Because he's not a very good basketball player.
But they somehow just hated him too.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he's not a very good basketball player.
But he seems like a perfect Indiana Pacer.
Well, why? Because he's bad?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, a little rude, but I'm not here to.
But like he seems like very classic. Like he would have been a star for Hickory High, but unfortunately he plays in the 2010s and not the 1950s, where he would his skills, his hesitation dribble, his inability to jump would have been perfect.
I can't think of anything else about Evan Turner. You know why I can't? Because I just watched a batshit insane NBA Finals game. Let's get some takes. I just want to know how the game made you feel. Joey Devine, you first. How did that make you feel?
I feel like you're setting me up here
What?
for something.
No, of
Corbin.
course not.
I am, as listeners of Round Ball Rock know, I continue to be the biggest self-loathing Warriors fan possibly in the world. And I'm going to say Kevin Durant should be incredibly, incredibly thankful to J.R. Smith for fucking up that last play, because he fucked up that box out so bad in his continual... It didn't make me feel great, that game. I'll tell you that much. I don't know what to say. It didn't make me feel great.
That you feel like they deserve to lose because of a half-assed box out in the most crucial moment of the game?
Yes. Yeah.
But was that the only half-assed thing that made you think they deserved to lose?
No, Kevin Durant half-assed the entire game, I think. including that on that drive where he definitely charged into LeBron James.
Oh, 100%. 100% should have been a charge.
That's
I thought that was.
You know the charge rule that you're not allowed to just move laterally and shoulder a guy in the chest. Like you have to have your feet set.
I thought there was feet.
No, you're allowed to.
But regardless, I just think it's bullshit that they overturned it. I don't think that they should do that.
I've never seen that happen before.
No, neither have I. You know who else hasn't? CJ McCollum tweeted the same thing.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't think they were even allowed to turn that call over.
Portland
Yeah,
I
Trail.
guess it's a new rule this year, but weird.
The only things I think they should be able to review, if they review at all, which they shouldn't, are like out of bounds or like whether you released a shot on time, shit like that. You know, not stuff that is like even nearing like subjective territory like that.
Yeah, because I thought the rule was you could like review if he was in the charge circle.
Yeah, that was also
Apparently
what I thought.
you
I
can-
thought that you couldn't review the I thought that you could review the out of bounds element of the play, but not necessarily whether or not his feet were moving.
I mean, it was
Apparently,
so
I was
shady.
wrong. Apparently, I was wrong.
I do think they blew the call originally, but again, I've just never seen that happen in NBA history.
It's really weird to see LeBron not get calls. Not that he like got no calls. He just usually gets so many, and he wasn't getting as many because the Warriors at home get like insane calls, and it's just weird to see.
John Wilmes, how did this game make you feel?
I had a great time watching it. You know, I feel like I'm playing with house money because my heart's already been broken, and I no longer, you know, I don't really have hope for the Cavaliers. I don't know why any reasonable person would. Aside from the Warriors just being like, they're showing us more and more surprising levels of beatability as the postseason progresses. But yeah, it was a fun game. It was a close game. You get to see LeBron score the most points he's ever scored in a playoff game. The Cavs in general played pretty well as a team. Like, all things considered, Jordan Clarkson was ass. J.R. Smith did some incredibly stupid shit at the end of the game. They like miss way too many of the open shots that LeBron spoon feeds them. But fun game, competitive game.
Sean Keane, how did this game make you feel?
It was like kind of the same old Warriors. I mean, I really feel like there's two things that have made the Warriors feel really disappointing, and it's like Draymond Green for some reason can't catch the ball anymore, and so even when he's like rebounding, he just keeps wildly tapping it out. And then
he probably played Jesus Christ in a underground sex production of The Crucifixion, and it just fucked up his hands.
No, he has tendonitis in his shoulder. He missed a bunch of games
Yeah,
earlier this season with shoulder problems.
Yeah, you know how he got it, though, right? From hanging on a cross in an underground sex club production of The Crucifixion of Jesus Christ.
And for some reason, Kevin Durant seems like he's like in the first half conserving his energy as if it's like a 72-minute game. And there's all these moments when, you know, someone will set a screen and Kevin Durant will not move to get he won't pick up either guy.
Hell yeah.
Like there were a couple moments where just wide open threes and Kevin Durant's just sort of like observing the play, like he's a ref or something. And then he like turns it on again in the second half, but it's like it honestly feels like he thinks he's never going to be able to sit on the bench, so he better just rest for 2 full quarters. That being said, Steph Curry was awesome. He was really good, and his stats would be even better if his teammates could like catch the ball under the rim and then move it like the 2.5 feet they need to move it into the actual hoop. Like JaVale getting blocked by the rim was incredible.
It was
that a guy that's that tall and that athletic.
There were 100 things that happened in this game that I think are worth remarking about.
That. Oh my God!
Thank you so much for mentioning that JaVale got rim checked on an open.
It was
dunk
so
tonight.
heartbreaking too because JaVale had come in and was playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
And like
for like 90 seconds.
He was on an island against LeBron James and stopped him 3 plays in a row, and then stopped him. It was like oh my god! It was like the encapsulation of JaVale McGee's career in 90 seconds.
Yeah, he was so open. Yeah.
They're going to make a documentary about JaVale McGee in the 2018 finals, and it's going to be called Gone in 60 Seconds.
Ayo. You know who else they made that documentary about?
Who's that?
John Wilmes.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
You know, the Rick Pitino documentary is called Gone in 15 Seconds.
Rick Pitino was the answer there. Thank you so much.
Because he comes in his pants.
Wait, so...
JaVale was +7, by the way. Should have been +9.
On the Warriors in general, and more than ever in that brief run of really good play, it's sort of been like Dick Whitman turned to Don Draper, you know? and then when he turned around to an unguarded rim, he was suddenly Dick Whitman again. And I don't know if there's any going back.
Yeah.
No, Kerr had to pull him after that, because it was like, I was screaming at the TV. I was like, "You gotta get JaVale out of there. He's ruined now. There's no. He can only do dumber shit after that. Like, you have to get him out."
He should have just left him in to see how psychedelic it could get. You know,
man,
he like dribbles the ball so hard that it gets stuck in the hardwood, and they have to, and they declare it a Cavs victory for some reason because of some NBA arcana.
We should try to assemble a power ranking of who benefited the most from JR's late game blunder, because JaVale is looking
because if this was a 2-point Cavs victory,
right,
like what do you see after an hour or two? You see videos of JaVale McGee getting rim checked.
Yeah, no, I mean it would be huge, and unfortunately, J.R. Smith managed to do like 12 horrendous things in this game, but yeah, this would have been like the Shackton series.
All right, number 1, I'm gonna go ahead and say Kevin Durant.
Yeah, it's Kevin Durant or George Hill, because when they were filming George Hill,
it looked like he was going to vomit. Yeah,
I had a couple of friends over, and my friend Brendan McGowan said it looks like he's staring into his own grave before he took those free throws.
You know what the thing about it is, too? It's like George Hill wasn't always like that. Like, I think Pacers George Hill makes those, but I think that playing with LeBron gives you a real dad complex, you know?
I think it goes back further. I blame the playing on the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
That alone?
Yeah,
I don't think his time in Utah helped him either.
That was ugly, right?
Well, he was pretty good. He was just hurt always. When he was healthy, he was like they said he was like a bubble all-star guy and stuff.
Yeah, but everyone on that team, like it slowly ruins you. Like, look at Rudy Gobert's soul just like slipping away month by month.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with that.
You've seen his internet activity. He's pretty.
What's he up to? Is he just chowing on Ortolan day and night?
He's like he definitely has he definitely has cut a hip hop album.
What size of collars is he wearing?
Normal size collars.
Normal.
Move on, Sean.
Oh yeah. Oh, Brian Colangelo, I think, is going to have to go number 3 on that one.
Yeah. Oh my God.
JR got his ass off the front page for a hot minute.
This is definitely the longest I've gone without thinking about Brian Colangelo since that story broke.
What do you think J.R. Smith was doing on that last play?
He thought they were up 1.
And was just running out the clock?
Yeah. He said that.
He
said it.
Oh, I haven't seen his post-game comments.
Oh, no. He didn't. No. He didn't say it post-game. The camera caught him clearly saying it.
Oh my God!
Like, you could read on his mouth. Like, I thought we were up 1.
Dude, LeBron's expression when he was explaining the situation to JR was just like, so heartbreaking and hilarious.
Yeah,
It's like,
it is an internet. I don't want to it is a recurring internet image now.
Do you remember that clip? For some reason, you can't find it on YouTube anymore. You probably can somewhere else. But it was when JR was on the Knicks, and it was like the first quarter of some second round playoff game against the Pacers or something. And JR did something relatively anodyne, but just like dumb, just fucking dumb. And the camera gets on Mike Woodson right as he's just saying, JR, God damn it.
Yes, I remember that.
See, and I thought the JR narrative after this game would be him again dangerously injuring a player in the playoffs for like the fourth year in a row.
JR actually managed to help himself on a certain level.
Yeah, that was it. He's like, people are going to notice that I just take out dudes' knees in every series.
Because he went for an at the knees tackle on Klay Thompson at the beginning of the game. Klay went in. Yeah. He got some lube on his joints and came back into the game.
Yeah, he drank a tincture, some indica, and then he came back out. He was fine.
And then he slept.
People forget that J.R. Smith also knocked Andrew Bogut out of the 2016 finals.
Yeah,
which is weird because
how mad can you be?
It's like a conspiracy theory that Andrew Bogut didn't bother to promote. You'd think it would be up his alley.
Yeah, I don't. I think I can live with that one. What else happened?
He also killed somebody. By the way, let's remind us all that J.R. Smith has a taste for blood, the taking of human life, the most dangerous game, hunting a human being.
Another person who benefited, Kevin Love, who had a heinous haircut tonight.
Mm-hmm. Real bad.
He looked like he was should be in the crowd at Boston Garden with that look.
Oof. Ooh, man, nobody deserves to have that said about them.
He looked like. Do you remember when that fake Clay was at that Warrior game? That's what he looked like. He looked like that fake Clay Thompson.
What if that's who came out of the locker room? Like the real Klay Thompson is just horribly injured, and fake Klay from the beginning of the season has just been really working out.
Yeah,
it's I could do it.
Man, fake Klay put on a hell of a performance tonight.
Yeah, God bless him.
Otherwise known as Bob McGillicuddy from Fresno.
Wait, is that really his name?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. For half a second, I was like, "How, Bob McGillicuddy? That's absurd." Did anyone else embarrass themselves? Nick Young, and just by being himself, I suppose.
He was all right.
I apologize. Wilmes, who do you got?
I was just gonna say McGillicuddy for 3. Nick Young, always embarrassing just by dearth. I mean, just by dint of being alive.
You know what we haven't even mentioned yet?
Mm-hmm.
Is Tristan and Draymond getting in a weird fight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that happened at the end there.
Yeah. All right.
Everybody was talking shit. Somehow, tempers just started flaring all at once at the end.
Yeah, it was a weird thing where Steph and LeBron were talking shit to each other, but it seemed like good-natured shit. But then Klay Thompson went over there to defend Steph Curry, and then he started talking shit to LeBron, and then
Klay came over because LeBron pushed Steph.
It was weird. It was all weird. I've never seen Klay defend anyone. Klay wanting
Steph.
to mix it up is weird.
Did you know that Klay frequently goes to death penalty trials just to see a man's life torn from him?
Oh yeah.
Well, there was one game where
his dad is Michael Thompson.
It's actually why Klay is going to be willing to take a pay cut to play with the Warriors, because he just loves to see the life leave people's eyes so much.
Well, and if they move to San Francisco, that's 25 minutes closer to San Quentin.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think Klay Thompson should talk shit. I think that Steph understands where the line is, between what's good natured and not, and it seemed fairly good natured between him and LeBron.
Yeah,
Like,
he and LeBron were like, we're having fun. And Clay walked over and said, Delonte, what's fucked your mom?
Just out of control. But,
Yeah.
but Clay occasionally does that when Steph gets pushed. Like once he tried to fight Roy Hibbert because Hibbert fouled Curry.
Oh,
Although
yeah,
after
and
the
then
game,
Michael
Hibbert's
Thompson
like,
docked his allowance.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
and Hibbert said, I didn't know who I was fighting because there's too many light-skinned guys on that team.
oh my god! Wow, colorism alert.
Come on, Roy
Jeez.
Hibbert. Jeez.
If we're taking bets on the Roy Hibbert Clay Thompson fight, I might actually throw a little bit down on Clay.
Yeah, all he has to do is like move his feet a couple feet.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Roy
saying.
Hibbert might just trip himself.
That's what I'm saying.
Joey, how do you feel about this?
About the Roy Hibbert-Clay Thompson fight?
Well, about if they got in a fight?
Yeah,
not
I mean, I
tired.
think it'd be a lot of slow-moving feet.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like, I don't know how to bet on a fight where both guys have flat feet,
Mm-hmm.
but both
true.
of those guys definitely have flat feet.
I think that they would shove each other twice, and then somebody would pull out a bong, and they would say, all right, we got to end this.
Yeah.
And that
And Clay's
person,
like,
Chelsea
wait a sec-
Peretti.
She's the link.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine star Chelsea Peretti. Were you guys okay when Brooklyn Nine-Nine got canceled? Or
It's back now, baby.
Oh, I was furious.
Yeah.
I went and I picketed City Hall.
yeah,
And I really think it's my picketing that got it back.
yeah. I actually went to the Gaza Strip with a sign that said "Bring back Brooklyn Nine-Nine."
Yeah. I stood in front of a tank in Tiananmen Square with a sandwich board that said Brooklyn Nine-Nine, come back.
Yeah, I bought a gun when they canceled it. I've been a lifelong anti-gun rights guy, but I was like, I'm just so pissed off
Well,
right
you
now.
just didn't feel safe. What were you gonna do?
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, if they can take away, fucking, I'm not even gonna pretend to know the characters of any of the names of that show. I was gonna start to pretend to. Yeah, people went nuts about that, huh? They shouldn't have.
No, it's not a very good show. Anyway,
I was just upset that it was bad news for my recap podcast, Keeping It 99, which I was starting, and no one cares now.
you know what my recap podcast is called?
What's that?
Keeping It 69.
Nice.
It's a good
Brooklyn
one, Corb.
69
It's
would
me
be a good show.
recapping sexual events that I saw.
Brooklyn 69 is just, it takes place at McCarran Pool during a Ted Leo concert in 2006.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that in 2006, the place to get mutual oral sex was a Ted Leo concert?
It was the first pull I got.
Fair enough.
He
Yeah.
just reminds me of McCarran Pool.
That's when the
sorry.
pharmacists were a 5-piece, and that was a lot sexier.
Yeah. I mean, the Hearts of Oak were really throbbing back then.
Boo.
Ted Leo humor? Nobody?
Devine,
Okay, cool.
you suck. What else? I'm trying to go. Okay, so now I'm trying to go like from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. So I think the first major event was the Warriors came out and looked lazy as shit,
Yeah.
while the Cavs tried and put up 30 points.
Yeah, but then Steph Curry kept bailing them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, Steph Curry bails out this team when no one is trying, and then other people will get credit. Which is the narrative of this season.
Curry pulls up, hits a big shot. No, he throws a lob to Durant. Durant, so bad. Let's continue to talk about Durant for a minute.
Yeah. Does anyone like him still?
Even I don't, and I've always been rather fond of him. Joey, you loathe him.
I can't stand him.
Would you prefer Harrison Barnes?
It's a difficult question to answer. No, I don't prefer Harrison Barnes. the amount of shit I get for being a Warriors fan because of Kevin Durant, like, these games should be fun. Like, they should be dominating people, but, like, it's not worth the trade-off where it's, like, watching him, like, pull up and not be able to read, like, where the double team is coming and refusing to pass and also not boxing out on rebounds and also, like, being lazy on defense and then screaming at the teammates like it's their fault when he didn't read the switch. Like, it's not worth the, like, amount of shit I have to, like, take from people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well,
yes, it
and then
does.
he says the most embarrassing things all
Exactly.
the time, too.
And that's even outside of, like, the Bill Simmons interviews or whatever.
I can't.
Yeah, just all the
3
time.
hours worth of those. Can you believe that?
I think
What
there's
was that?
more than that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I think it's 24 hours, dude.
Yeah.
the Bill Kevin network.
Yeah,
And
dude.
half of Durant's answers to his questions are just like, nah, man. That's it.
Yeah, and then he'll be like, I like to hoop.
I liked
and then Bill's-
when he. I liked when he
ahead,
went on the. I liked when he went on the podcast with his agent, and his agent was just like, "Yeah, Kev, yeah."
Yeah, that's
Like-
everyone. I've listened to them all. Everyone that agent is there, like, it really feels like a Eugene Landy, Brian Wilson situation with that agent.
Well, the other thing that Kevin Durant did during this game is no one's going to like that reverse charge call, but I think the worst thing was he appeared in a Google commercial.
Oh my God.
Like, oh, it's not enough that you joined the Warriors in
or
2016.
you were on
have to.
Billions. Don't forget, he was also on Billions last
the,
year.
So-
the
yeah, so,
official
like-
the official enemy show of Take It or Break It.
You know what?
Billions.
I like it because I'd still like to be published on the Ringer someday. So
Yeah. There you
but
go.
yeah, Google basically dropped their "Don't Be Evil" slogan, and a week later, Kevin Durant was in their commercials. So
Joey, when
he's
you,
bad in the commercial. He's a bad team player, even in the commercials.
Joey, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When you started listening to Bill Simmons' Kevin Durant podcasts, how did you feel about Kevin Durant?
I'm going to say ambivalent. I've never been the biggest Durant fan. Like, I didn't hate him, but he was like, I don't know. I get it. He's really good. But, like, his style of basketball is not particularly fun to watch to me. Like, guys ISOing just generally bums me out.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. The traditional basketball values over here.
Sorry, I'm a Don Nelson man.
Yeah.
Like,
You see what Durant said today? It says Kevin Durant on the NBA having the same finals matchup for the 4th straight year. And then Kevin Durant says, it may not be as suspenseful or drama-filled as you may want it to be, but that's what you have movies and music for.
Oh, wait, are you listening to music for competitive drama?
I mean, I don't know if you've heard of a little band called The Police. But yes.
Punk rock waltz artists? Is that the
no,
phrase?
it's tango.
Punk rock. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
He says Roxanne is a punk tango.
Wait, who did Sting?
Sting said that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Sting once said I wanted to write a punk tango, and that's what Roxanne is.
When I was a kid, I fucking hated Roxanne.
Yeah.
I like it now. But just when I was a kid, I loathed it.
How do you generally feel about tango music?
I don't know. Like da 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 da. Is that tango or is that Tarantella?
Yeah. No, that's tango, I believe.
I don't like. You know what? I don't like it.
Yeah, well, that might be why you didn't like Roxanne, dude.
Fair enough.
But now you're leaning towards the punk, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I
like
can ignore the tango here.
because this is so punk.
Yeah.
Punk. Tonight on Twitter.com, the basketball writer Matt Moore,
Okay.
said Jesus Christ, John. Said that called Durant like Carmelo Durant or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems like just an unacceptable thing to say to somebody on a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
But also, that's what he looked like tonight. He looked like a totally out of place dude, like yanking up weird shots and like half-assing on defense and eating sticks of butter on the it's weird how much he's just like fucking with the thing that made him the thing. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Thank you, Joey. I agree too. What happened after that? LeBron was great.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, fucking rules.
John, you there?
LeBron rules.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. We lost.
What we need to talk about is Draymond hitting, gouging out LeBron's eye. We haven't mentioned that.
Oh, yeah, please. Oh, yeah. God, 1,000 fucking things happened in this goddamn game. Yeah. I kind of missed the play. What happened, Joey?
Draymond did a really dirty thing, which is not a big surprise, where he
stuck his finger
contested
in his
contested the shot with one hand, and then with his other hand just put his hand in LeBron's eye. And then when LeBron was on the ground grabbing his face because, he got his eye gouged, LeBron called him an effing P, if you will. Draymond called him a fucking pussy several times. You could read his lips.
Okay,
Yeah.
This has the NSFW
Yeah.
podcast tag.
Come on, Devine.
Sorry. I look, I'm just reporting the facts. It was very Draymond.
I kind of thought, once I saw that LeBron's eye was like actually fucked up, like he had a giant burst blood vessel in there, I bought it after that. But I kind of felt like he was selling it, A, to get the flagrant, and B, to like get a few minutes of rest.
Yeah.
I agree with both those things. Also, I guess it wasn't like dirt. I don't know. I don't know if it was that dirty. Guys get hit in the face a lot.
Was it dirty when Draymond cupped his hands and caught his own fart and then like threw it in LeBron's face? Was that dirty?
No, that was Lance Stevenson. No, that's just the way he acts.
God, how many dudes has LeBron? How many like gross dudes has LeBron run up against in his career?
Well, Deshaun Stevenson was the first.
Yeah, Deshaun.
And he ultimately won that battle by winning a title first.
LeBron did or Deshaun did?
Deshaun Stevenson. He was on the
Deshaun
2011 Mavs.
Yeah, he was on the Mavs.
Oh, yeah.
But somehow...
Can I be honest? Can I tell you why I was confused?
Yeah.
Because I thought you meant Lance Stevenson.
Yeah.
Who was another one of those guys.
I mean, he's feuded with a lot of those guys. Like, he hates Robert Louis Stevenson. He's like, come on, this is like a bitch's garden of verses. Adlai Stevenson, he was like a big Ike guy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have... Those are the only two other Stevensons I can think of.
Isn't there a Ray Stevenson, that guy who played the Punisher in the fucked up second Punisher movie? He preferred the Thomas Jane movie.
Where everyone
Punisher
was like,
Warzone?
shouldn't you like run a little bit before this movie? And he's like, no way. The Punisher should be pretty fat.
Yeah, it was crazy when LeBron consistently couldn't get past the Punisher in the second round of the
And
speaking of Draymond, I just like, maybe this is just like me as like a hater and being salty, but I really feel like it's kind of crazy how much the refs protect him. He should get just way more technicals and flagrant fouls than he gets.
it does seem like he does a lot of very loud cursing.
Yeah. I was
yeah.
looking at a graphic in research for our upcoming podcasts that are more nostalgic and less current, right? And there was a season where Dennis Rodman was suspended 14 games. He got 25 technicals and 3 ejections. And Draymond is not as bad as Dennis Rodman. I don't think anyone ever has been. But he doesn't really get ejected very often at all. I think he should get ejected fairly frequently, personally.
You know what I think part of it is?
It's not like I want anyone to get ejected, right? I think that everyone should
listen
just
to
be...
I don't
listen
know.
to-
Kind of sounds like you do, John.
Yeah,
Kinda,
it sort of does.
Yeah, it sounds like you're appealing to authority a little bit, Wilmes.
Yeah, this is
Well,
the prison industrial complex leaking
No,
into sports right now.
First of all, fuck you all for saying that. Second of all, it's that he's getting away with way more than other players. I think he just sort of wore down the refs at one point, which is disappointing to me.
You know what? You know what I think he does. You know what I think he does.
100% it. Actually,
So who is the ref's all-time least favorite player?
Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah, Rasheed, 100%.
He had 41 technicals in his season.
No, John.
Just
John.
It's Rodman.
No, John.
No.
Get the fuck
you guys
out
know
of here.
that Dennis
It's
Rodman-
Rodman hurt people and got technicals. Rasheed Wallace literally couldn't help himself from just
telling refs to fuck
verbally
off.
abusing refs.
Yeah.
all the
Rodman
time. Even if it was the conference finals, he didn't care.
Rodman headbutted a referee.
yeah. So did Jerry Sloan. They don't. They
Yeah, but
don't,
but he was white. They gave him a pass for that.
Look, John makes a good point there. But John, that year when he got 41 technicals, he would have been suspended 9 games that year if they did it under the current technical rules or something like
they
that.
instituted that rule because of Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah, it's the Rasheed Wallace rule. That's why he belongs in the Hall of Fame, because once they name the rule after you.
Both teams played hard.
Yeah.
Right. So Rasheed and Rodman both they played the book on those guys, right? They don't play the book on Draymond. I think they do play it on pretty much everyone else.
This is what I think, though. I think that Draymond on that court tells everybody to fuck off except refs.
I think that's probably true.
There's a couple weird triggers that get you an automatic ejection. I just think Draymond curses away from refs now.
Yeah,
and he doesn't punch the air anymore, which he used to always get technicals for.
That is the big difference between this year and last year, is where he got a lot more technicals and ejections last year. And this year, what he does when he screams at people is he turns to the bench to do it.
Yeah.
So
instead of at the ref. So, it's like he found a weird loophole. Where it's I'm swearing at my guys.
And I think he doesn't say motherfucker anymore. He just says fucker. And that actually is another auto technical thing.
Refs are all subconsciously very worried that they want to have sex with their mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when they hear
that's
motherfucker, it really triggers something in them.
Well, that's why refs always have hair that's a really devoted mother, like really gelled and really slicked back, a handsome young boy going to church.
Because they all have mom issues.
Yeah. Why else would you want to become a ref?
Yeah.
You clearly had something weird going on discipline-wise as a child.
Yeah, and you need control. You need control over people who are more powerful than you. And
by the way, I'm looking at an article about that Dennis Rodman headbutt, and the first line of the story is, "At least he stood for the anthem." Thank you, New York Daily News of 1996.
Wait
was
a
that supposed to
fucking
be?
second.
In contrast to Chris Jackson or something?
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's
I'm sure that's...
It must be...
Oh, wait, wasn't Craig Hodges also not standing for the anthem at that point?
I don't think Craig Hodges was still in the league at that point. Because he wasn't even on the Bulls for that third season of the three-peat. But they still let him compete in the three-point shootout, which was awesome.
That's why Paxson got the shot in that third championship. Obviously would have been Hodges if they still had him.
Yeah, but he opposed the Iraq War, and that was a no-go.
Which Iraq War? The first one or the second one?
First one.
Yeah.
Craig Hodges was pretty old by the early 90s, I think.
Yeah, he was.
I'm just flipping through this. Asked if
Rodman also grabbed his crotch and kicked over a water cooler.
Can I read what
cameraman pretty hard?
Can I read what Jordan said in this story?
Yeah.
Asked about Rodman's antics and his claims he is being targeted, Jordan said, "If you're being looked at, you have to walk a straight line. He's having a tough time walking that line. It's getting to the point where we have to be concerned, and he has to be concerned. These outbursts are something that are not going to continue to happen each and every night."
Jordan's so full of shit.
Yeah. I feel like we have an image of Michael Jordan as a sort of a hedonist gambler guy now. It's easy to forget that at one time he was a master of bullshit.
Yeah, nobody knew that for a long time. It was like,
he's like Mr. Bullshit.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame speech was really eye-opening for a lot of people.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he got fucking hammered and just let loose on a bunch of dudes, and
people were like, "Wait, he's not noble?"
It was like he was somehow his friendship with Ahmad Rashad had like insulated him a little bit, I think.
Oh yeah,
because the NBA was still just on NBC, and then you look at like you've seen that picture of Ahmad Rashad's wedding, right? Where his groomsmen are O.J. Simpson and Bill Cosby.
No.
And so, yeah, his other best friend is Michael Jordan.
This is insane. I need to look this up.
Oh, yeah, it's a great picture.
Yeah, I also have to look it up. I'm afraid.
Holy shit. This is the most fucked up image of
Oh, my Lord.
Good God. Oh, my God.
It's the kind of image that makes you go, is there something in Ahmad's, past? You know?
I mean, there's gotta be, right?
See, I don't think there is. I think Ahmad is a shield for those guys.
Yeah.
It's like, why
time,
would the nicest man on earth be friends with me if I were a serial murderer or rapist or gambler? Why would I murder my dad? I'm friends with Ahmad Rashad.
I think that Ahmad Rashad at the same time probably does know who killed Kennedy.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Ahmad Rashad is on his fifth wife.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to mention that because, yeah. Ahmad Rashad's been married a few times. Oh, my God. There's a picture of Ahmad Rashad getting married, I think, the fifth time. Yeah. And he's just kind of mushing his face up against the lady he's married to. Rodriguez pauses. It doesn't. I can't tell if Jordan was at this wedding or not.
He 100% was.
Good. God bless him. Good. Jordan has one friend.
2. Oak.
Oh,
Oak
yes.
is also
Sorry, I
his
forgot
friend.
about Oak. Sometimes I wonder if Oak is a reverse situation where Oak is his Jordan, like Jordan is like clearly the most abusive member of any relationship he's in, but like his Oakley relationship, it's hard not to wonder if like Oakley is the mean one in that one.
Oak's the muscle.
Yes.
Where it's like of course I can't pay your gambling debts. Oak, tell him. And then Oak holds him by the ankles.
I wonder. I would be curious. I don't know the circumstances behind this, but I wonder if the Bulls trading away Oakley was almost like a Jordan control move, a little bit like. At least you don't have Oakley. This guy, like if Oakley had still been there, Michael Jordan would have been out till like 8 a.m. gambling in Atlantic City instead of just 5 a.m. You know what I mean? Like they're just tempering it.
It's like when Larry Bird stopped drinking beer that season, Dave Cowens retired.
Oh, yeah.
Because Dave Cowens was his drinking buddy.
He was the only guy he drank beer with. A tweet from Patricia Lockwood, the famous poet. Current theory is that J.R. Smith cannot think properly with a shirt on, the way my dad can't think when he's wearing pants.
That's interesting and also somewhat troubling with her relationship with her father.
Oh yeah, she has a whole book out about her weird relationship with her father.
Oh, I haven't read it yet. Any good? Heard it was good.
I listened to her on the long form podcast. It sounded really good.
Oh, yeah. Trisha Lockwood, everybody, check it out. What else happened in this game? LeBron was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Let's
really
talk about
amazing.
that. Let's talk about that part of it for a second. And then we need to talk about who LeBron's Oakley is going to be. But first, let's talk about he was very good in the game.
You know, I begrudgingly started seeing a little bit of the logic behind you wanting to nickname him the Universe.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The Universe slams it down again, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a bad
Still
nickname.
don't like it.
God
It's a pretty
Christ.
bad nickname.
All right.
It's still not good, but I was starting to just see it a little more.
It's just very it feels like the nickname doesn't have enough agency.
What?
Yeah, it's like a. It's
The
like
universe
a
is like a
six-
stat, like it's expanding and stuff, but it's like
Yeah, but it's also everything.
It feels too like Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Marvel to me.
yeah, like if you called him I would be more into like the Beyonder or something, but it's weird. It's a little hard to grasp. I get the thing, I get the thought process behind it, but yeah, it just feels odd applied to one person.
How do you guys feel about it as a nickname for Andrew Bynum?
Love it.
Yeah, so much more.
I feel like
super.
he's almost like a multiverse, though. There's all these like weird hypothetical outcomes.
Yeah,
And
that
he
is
could
true.
show up at another finals game wearing his own jersey. It
And,
could happen.
And with the best part about that picture.
Is the two tall boys he's holding?
Okay, I apologize. The second best part of that picture is that he has the crowd T-shirt slung over his shoulder.
Oh yeah. He also has blonde hair.
Yeah, he also has
which is-
bleached blonde hair.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Hey, do you know the story of how he ended up at that finals?
He was just driving cross country.
He was
right?
driving
Tell
cross
me.
country and he happened to be in Cleveland and he was like, "Oh right, the NBA Finals is tonight," and then went.
Because he's rich.
Did Kobe ruin him?
Nah, Kobe. Nah. This is what I've always felt like about those two. That Kobe tried to tried to put like the Kobe thing inside of him, and that Bynum just rejected it so thoroughly that it actually freed him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's
Story checked
probably
out.
happier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Almost certainly. Like, remember when he knocked Beret over and then took his jersey off and walked off the
Yeah.
court? Like, I think I feel like that Bynum went home, watched the video, and was just like, "This shit isn't me."
Yeah.
Like I'm not this guy who cares about the arbitrary constraints that people want me to care about. You know what I mean? And then he fucking walked out of that goddamn room where he watched that, and he spent the rest of his career just blowing dog shit.
Yeah. Bowling and tangoing
Yeah.
in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You know, he does have a connection to this series though, because he was when the Bulls traded him in order to get rid of Luol Deng, I guess was the idea of
Yeah.
that. They got the pick that turned into Jordan Bell. So he made the Bulls
Boy.
$3.2 million
That is
or whatever.
$3.5 million.
That is tenuous.
Just saying, he's connected to
It's true. It's true though. It's true.
He basically deserves a ring at this point.
Yeah, so they traded Luol Deng to the Cavs, got Andrew Bynum back with that pick, and they waived Bynum immediately, I think, right? And then
yeah,
that
because
was
I think they just wanted. That's how he ended up on the Pacers for 2 games.
for 2 games.
Oh, because then he signed at the okay.
They also
Was that
got
the end of
Paul
his career,
Zipser in that deal.
Is that the end of what, Wilmes?
Oh. Bynum's career? Did he ever play after?
Oh no, he
No.
definitely did not play
Nope.
again.
He was done.
He got $6 million
was
that
it.
season, though. Andrew Bynum made $73 million in his
God.
NBA career.
God bless him.
For someone who pretty much loathed basketball the entire time, I think.
God bless him. Okay.
Yeah, he hated basketball.
But anyway, LeBron was incredible
Yeah.
How did we get there?
because we were talking about the universe. Anyway,
It's my fault.
LeBron was unbelievable, awe-inspiring. It's almost kind of fucking infuriating his team lost because he was just like so amazing. He scored 50 points. Apparently, he scored more than 40 points 8 times in this playoffs. That's
Yeah.
absurd, right?
Those are Jerry West-like numbers.
Go fuck it. Get out. Get off my fucking podcast right now.
Well, I mean, like Jerry West, he lost.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. LeBron was just fucking obscene tonight. Wilmes, how did LeBron make you feel tonight?
Proud, you know,
Hell yeah.
just like proud of humanity. I was like, damn, this is cool. I was like, everybody who's a Warriors fan must feel kind of puny right now. Even in victory, you must feel pathetic while watching this.
John just... So Joey,
Yeah.
did you feel pathetic while watching it?
No. I would say I felt envious.
Mhm.
Because it's like, oh, why can't Kevin Durant be this fucking guy?
All right. Keane, how did you feel?
LeBron rules. I'm like, despite him playing the Warriors every single year, I don't know. I've like pretty much, aside from 2011 in the finals, I pretty much always root for LeBron.
Yeah,
except
LeBron
against
rules.
the Warriors. He's awesome. Like I felt he's obviously very like terrifying as an opponent, but I actually was feeling the grave injustice of him being stuck in Cleveland the last 2 years. Like that he's inextricably linked to J.R. Smith, and that like Jordan Clarkson is losing these games for him
my
when he has
God.
superhuman feats. So it's like he was amazing, but also it just made me feel like his situations have been fairly unjust. Because you look at like how this is like this is like the kind of front office stuff that made them. There was a point when LeBron was like in his third year, and in the offseason, the Cavs are like, we got to get serious about this. Let's trade a bunch of future first-round picks and get Donyell Marshall and Larry Hughes to come help him out.
And Wally Zerbiak and Ben Wallace.
Well, I mean, those deadline trades were even worse. But just like when they had all this cap space and all these picks, and they were just like, no, Jerry Welsh, that's who we should get.
Sorry,
It's funny that LeBron is-
Jerry Welsh.
Yeah,
Yuri
it's
Welsh?
insane.
Player. Yuri
Look-
Welsh, sorry.
Yeah.
You look at what they might do differently in this series, and like their exercises, their options they have to exercise, you know, to change things up are Rodney Hood, Chetty Osman, and Jose Calderon.
Oh, Calderon.
They should actually play Chetty Osman though. I
They
think Chetty
should.
Osman's kind of good. I mean, he's like not
Instead of
good,
JR,
but yeah, he's like he passes and hits open shots.
There's no way Rodney Hood, and I hate Rodney Hood, there's no way he's worse than J.R. Smith for this series.
Yeah, I think he should play. I think the Korver only playing 17 minutes is weird to me. I don't
Well,
think the Korver-
Semi Ojeleye didn't play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we-
that
yeah.
that's his
Oh,
matchup.
sure.
Yeah.
Korver-
He can only play opposite Semi Ojeleye and Jordan Bell.
Yeah, come on.
Clarkson and Korver shouldn't be playing the same number of minutes. That just shouldn't be the case.
Clarkson. What the fuck?
It literally seemed like he was shaving points.
Dude,
Although,
but
plus
here's the
8.
thing.
Plus
Plus
8 on the
eight.
night.
Exactly. He's a +8.
I think remember that run where the Cavs had where LeBron sat and then they built up the lead a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think.
You mean where Steve Kerr did some real Steve Kerr shit? Yeah.
Oh my god.
What do you?
Corbin, I finally
Steve-
got it. Well, yeah.
Steve Kerr put in a lineup that was he sat Clay, Draymond, and Curry all at the same time, and then put in David West, Jordan Bell, Nick Young, Sean Livingston, and Durant.
Yeah. It was like I mean Corbin, I still like him as a guy, but I never want to see David West take the court again
Thank
this
you.
series.
Thank you. Finally.
I mean it's like if they were I can't even think of an opponent where it's appropriate to play him anymore.
He's gonna lift that trophy at the end, you know.
I mean he's sort of on the team to kind of keep Draymond from getting suspended in some ways. But yeah, I don't understand why you would play him and yet always also play him with two other guys who can't shoot at all. Or like a guy who's been, out with a severe back injury that made him unable to walk for a month. And that you're like, let's play these guys at the same time in the NBA finals. Let's get them some minutes.
Strength in numbers, baby.
Yeah. David West, -6 in 4 minutes.
Wow, -69. Wow.
Yeah.
Negative 420. Negative 911. Unbelievable.
Oh.
What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, Clarkson. Holy shit. What a fucked NBA player. Clarkson's thing like goes way deeper than like he is playing bad in the NBA finals. It's just like he has a kind of badness that really impresses on you.
Yeah, my favorite thing about Jordan Clarkson is like one of the best things about being a Warrior fan that lives in Southern California is getting to hear Lakers fans and realizing that's what I sounded like for 20 years. Because, like, I would talk about Monte Ellis the same way that, like, Lakers fans would talk about Jordan Clarkson. And I had a Lakers fan be like, yeah, Jordan Clarkson's great. He's, like, a better Monte Ellis. And I was like, yeah, okay, buddy.
There's no such thing as a better Monte Ellis, man.
I mean, he's so pure. He's the perfect guy to lead a 32-win team's offense.
Yeah, should have.
Never come out of the game, so you kind of admire that, you know?
You know what I want to see is Kobe do one of his what are those fucking videos
Detail,
called?
dude.
Oh,
I want to see him do them on total ass players like Jordan Clarkson, and just be like fucking mean about it.
Look, this guy's an asshole, but at least he's not passing. That would be the theme of the Jordan Clarkson thing.
They had like an excerpts of his like latest details that's like about like I don't think it's focused on one player, just on like what each star should do.
No, it's on Durant and LeBron.
Durant,
and in both cases, he complains about them passing too much. That's
like,
not even a joke.
You can get a pull-up here.
Yeah, no, every time he highlights something Durant is doing, it's him shooting instead of passing. He's like, good call right here.
Yeah, big dog gotta eat. Do you think that Kobe owns a stitched through pillow that just says "Big Dog Gotta Eat"?
No.
Oh, okay.
Kobe's house is all white.
Oh, pardon me, you're right.
Kobe's house is all white, and he just yells at his children not to spill things constantly.
Yeah, it's a mother dearest situation.
Yeah, exactly.
But Kobe is mother and dearest.
Do you think
he's also just constantly trying to protect his house from an invasion by Karl Malone?
Yeah. Yeah, he's relentless. I also think that Kobe doing all these like video projects is sort of an effect of him retiring and Vanessa just saying like, you know, we don't want you in this house. Like we need to have the same ratio of you being gone as happened in your NBA career. And he's like, I guess I have to make a giant fake city out of cardboard.
Yeah, we don't like you.
Become a puppeteer.
We don't care for you.
Yeah, we like the house. We like the jewelry, but you're a mean person.
Yucky, even. What else happened in this game? Yeah, that shot at the end of the game where LeBron charged into the defense and got hit and still flipped it in. That shit was so miraculous.
Oh, it was so crazy. Like
it looked more magical live. Because I thought Looney had actually blocked the shot and it just like went through his hand or something.
It is such a fucking sin he lost this game, dude. I just can't like. I hate to say it around two Warriors fans, but I just wanted it so bad.
Look, you don't have to. I kind of agree with you, man. Like,
I just think I do think Steph Curry deserved to win too, but yeah, he didn't score 51 points and carry the weight of the world.
Yeah, and just like bleed out on the court and whatever.
Yeah, as his eye was filling with blood, like that guy in Casino Royale bluffing. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Le Chiffre, please.
There's
God, I can't believe Casino Royale thought they could get away with that. This has probably been discussed on a billion podcasts, but the idea that this guy's poker tell was that blood came out of his eye, come on. Anyway.
So I wanted to share one thing that my girlfriend has really been just getting into the NBA this year because I'm a bully and it's always on.
Yeah.
But
Me
when
and my
Kevin
girlfriend
Love
love Riverdale.
Kevin Love will like rise up for an open three and brick it, and she'll just shake her head and go, "He's never going to be good enough." And I was like, man, that feels profoundly true about Kevin Love. Like, he's a really good player, legitimately an all-star all the time, and yet every time you watch him, you're like, yeah, just not enough. Just ultimately gonna be a disappointment. Like, he's gonna make the Hall of Fame and everything, and everyone's gonna be like, okay, I guess so.
I think his dad might have been better.
Yeah, like I could just see Brian Wilson
that's what the person who
constantly
inducts him is
betting
going to say.
against his nephew's son, his team too. Like, isn't Mike Love like, give me $10,000 on the Warriors? My nephew is not a closer.
J.R. Smith post game is saying that he knew the game was tied.
No, he didn't.
And he thought someone was going to call a timeout.
You
which,
fucking
of course,
liar.
you're supposed to call a timeout if you have the ball.
JR.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. That is at the point we are at the game. JR, my dude.
Oh, actually, before that, I wanted to talk real quickly about Kevon Looney.
Oh, please go right ahead.
He had a stretch where he was really, really good, and all I could think was, man, he is going to bum out some Orlando Magic fans the next 4 years.
Yeah. Don't pay Kevon Looney. Just don't. I'm glad Olshea's capped out because he's looking at it and thinking evil thoughts, Okay.
That Bismack Biyombo Kevon Looney line front court is really going to dominate.
How many years does Bismack have left?
I think 2.
2.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
At $17 million a year.
Well, I think Steve Clifford's going to turn him around. The man who was born to coach the Orlando Magic. Although I wish that was Mark Jackson's job so bad.
Oh, don't we all? I feel like they tone it down a little for the finals for the most part. But tonight, Van Gundy literally said, I wish that there were public reports of everything every ref did so that we could scan over them and make broad deterministic judgments about every call in the game.
He also really wanted to talk about Pusha T and Drake with like 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, coming out of a commercial break.
And in the end of the third quarter, there were like 3 minutes left, and LeBron and Steph were trading like 30-foot threes, just like these basketball gods, just having a shootout. And what was Jeff Van Gundy talking about? Some fucking charity baseball game that Mark Jackson runs. Like
yeah.
He was
talking about how LeBron's wife is a good pitcher, if I recall.
Yeah, like blow the whistle and put Doris Burke right in there. Like,
or
how
Hubie is literally calling the game.
Have that be your job.
Hubie's just calling the game right now. We could just turn the key.
What, at his house?
No, he's calling it for ESPN Radio.
Yeah, he's great. I don't know the broadcaster's name, but it's Hubie and then Ramona Shelburne's the sideline reporter.
I was going to say, if Hubie's just calling it at his house, just turn on his Google Home and we got it.
Well, Kevin Durant refuses to do that because he won't even cooperate in a commercial. You saw that, right?
Do you think Hubie Brown talks like that every time he watches a game?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, me too.
No one loves basketball more than Hubie Brown. Like, I feel like it's
Mike Breen.
Bang!
No, Mike just likes excitement.
Guys, can we go around the table and I'll say bang?
Oh, yes, please. Yeah. Wilmes, you first.
Right, I'll go first. Bang!
JD.
Bang!
Keane.
Bang!
Oh, that was a little Don Pardo-y.
Ready?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Bang!
What do you think? What non-basketball situations does Mike Breen?
Can we get through the
yelping?
sex ones first? Okay. When he
Please,
comes, when the other person comes, when he starts eating ass.
You think Breen eats ass?
I don't.
No, Breen does not eat ass.
That whole broadcast team does not eat ass.
No, I think
probably
Van Gundy
Doris.
does.
I
I
think
think Van Gundy does.
I think that Breen and Van Gundy both eat ass, dude.
I think it's possible
Why do you
Van
think
Gundy
Breen- Why do you think
Just
Breen
because-
eats ass?
Because it's just another context in which he can say bang.
I'm gonna say Van Gundy is like a super submissive,
Oh,
so like he might like
100%.
only eat ass, like just degrading
100%.
shit.
100%. You have to have sex with Van Gundy. You have to be like, you have to like feed him dog food. You have to like put a bowl of dog food down and kick his face into it and say, "Eat up, eat up, eat up, dog boy." Anyway, okay. Other times when Van Gundy when he says bang. Oh, that part in the Avengers movie where Thor comes sweeping down and and yells, "Bring me Thanos." You know Breen was in the theater going bang.
I think he also did that at the big reveal in the Crying Game, but like in a more confused way, where he's just like bang.
When Thor plants the axe into Thanos' chest, he also said he did it again. He goes bang, but then when he sees that it doesn't work, he goes bang.
I think when he gets a parking spot that's right in front of the place he's going.
Who doesn't do that? Who doesn't
He
fucking
goes-
do that though?
No, but he goes bang just to himself.
Bang.
He definitely did it through many moments of the movie Gone Girl.
Bang.
He's like bang.
Fincher movies altogether, he's just constantly banging.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what?
Tyler
like,
Durden-
it's like
Tyler
really
Durden-
awkward.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tyler
yeah.
Durden is the narrator. Bang.
The whole time during Zodiac, he's just constantly getting scared and going bang.
At the series finale of The Sopranos, he was really upset when it cut to black because he thought his cable cut out and he didn't get to say bang.
Yeah.
Do you think that he sometimes watches the Zapruder film and says bang?
I think he refused to see Kiss Kiss Bang Bang once he realized it didn't involve basketball at all. But he did say bang a lot during the movie Love and Basketball. So
Certainly. I can't remember any other movies I've seen. The Seventh Seal.
I would love to
don't know.
see him at the
Bang.
end of The Godfather, that just kill fest and just bring like bang, Mo Green, bang, orchestrating a hit downtown.
You kind of lapsed into Don Pardo there.
All of them sound like that now.
Who's another? I don't know. I'm out of movies. 8.5 at the end when they're all walking around in a circle, and he goes bang. The end
What
of
if
Three Colors
I
Blue
kinda like-
when
what if-
her family dies. He yells bang.
He really misread what the audience reaction to the Phantom Menace would be, and so when he watched that, every time Jar Jar said anything, he was just like bang.
Yeah, because he was like, "Am I the only one who's loving this guy?"
Bang! The Dundon. That also got very Pardo. Sorry.
Oh, when during the "I love you, I know" moment, he lets out a bang.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when he's watching Lost in Translation and and Bill Murray whispers in her ear, he whispered, he's saying bang.
I'm seeing some video of LeBron at the podium here, and he's looking kind of pissed off.
Oh, you think?
Oh,
I
really?
wonder what he's mad about.
Is there a single teammate he's not furious with? Like George Hill fucked up.
Kevin
JR
Love wasn't bad.
He
looks-
fine. He's just limited by being Kevin Love, and he's had a lot of head injuries.
LeBron looks to be giving a lot of answers that are short and tense.
Mm-hmm.
So of the Cavs, Kevin Love mildly disappointing, Tristan Thompson horribly disappointing, George Hill horribly disappointing, Smith, Clarkson. I would say maybe
Smith was actually like not bad up until.
He's probably okay on Tristan Thompson,
Yeah.
unless he might be mad
Smith-
that he might have got himself suspended for game 2.
He really could get suspended because he did hit someone in the face with the basketball after being ejected. That feels like
Yeah, that could
not a great finals move.
Yeah, especially like I don't think Thompson's gonna get suspended, but also I wouldn't have chanced it.
I mean, if he did, you'd be like, well, that was pretty bad, but Draymond Green got suspended for grazing the bottom of someone's basketball shorts. So,
We don't need to relitigate that, Sean.
sorry. We could relitigate the Bogut injury. Yeah. Do you think he was mad at JR for not finishing the job on Klay Thompson?
You got to imagine. Like, why else? Like, JR's out there for a reason.
Swollen knee. Yeah.
I mean, I think I think the dream. If you were going to injure people, if you only got like 2 injuries, I think you would have to do Steph and Clay.
Yeah.
Because I think that Durant is not mentally prepared. Because like LeBron still wants to like whip on Durant. You know what I mean?
Well, and Durant whips on himself just by being himself.
Also, it's not a victory over the Warriors if Draymond isn't embarrassed.
Yeah, I think the 2 you'd want to injure would be Draymond and Curry, actually. Clay will also play himself occasionally.
I felt like Draymond was disappointing today, and then looking at the box
overtime.
score,
He was amazing in overtime.
He also had 13 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, and 5 steals. Plus, he got 2 blocks. Like that was a pretty good game.
Looks like somebody in the press conference was just like asking, sort of almost badgering LeBron, asking him about JR's state of mind.
I mean, there's not a lot there, I don't think, right? Isn't he just purely reacting most of his life?
Yeah.
He's all like, well, now I don't. Yeah, he's all back of the brain.
Who, JR?
Yeah.
Okay. Instinct.
Like,
you mean?
Yeah, instinct. Like the lizard brain is always in charge, which is why, in stressful situations, he has the urge to kill.
Sometimes he destroys Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like even at the end of the game there, it's a fight or flight reaction. And he fled to run out the clock because he was stressed out.
Anything else? Oh, yeah. Then there was a fight. That was dumb. And it went on for a long time.
I don't know why
It went on
so
for
long.
so long. What was going on? Like,
I
what
don't
were
know. I
they
have no
doing?
idea. And then the game really started to like meander. To like the last 2 seconds just never came.
The best part about that long break was when they cut to the tunnel and Steve Nash and Jimmy Goldstein were just leaving.
Yeah. Steve Nash had a child in his hands, and Jimmy Goldstein was just leaving.
Yeah, Jason Richardson's son. No, that's
Oh,
not true.
Sean.
That's not true.
I couldn't even begin to understand that joke.
Uh,
Is there a long-standing rumor that Jason Richards made Steve Nash a cuckold?
yeah, but then it turned out Steve Nash was actually cheating on his own wife, and that
Yeah.
I think that was actually like some TMZ telephone screw up,
All right. That's everything I meant to talk about. One more topic, if you guys don't mind.
Not at all.
We know Jordan...
Bang! Sorry. Keep
It's okay,
going.
I understand. We know that Jordan has his guys that he keeps around him. Oakley, Ahmad Rashad, probably some weird sneaker creeps. People,
like hired killers, degenerate gamblers.
golf hustlers, things of that nature.
Mm.
LeBron
Anita
James has done more in this playoffs to propose the idea that perhaps he is better than Michael Jordan. That some people will agree with, some people won't. We don't need to get into that. But what I want to know is who, when he retires, will LeBron's weird dudes be? Wilmes.
Oh, they still hang out with LeBron?
Yeah.
James Jones, obviously.
James
Right.
Jones,
But
yeah.
Damon
is-
Jones also.
James Jones has definitely seen LeBron naked, not just like in a locker room situation.
Wait, like they fucked?
I don't know what exactly happened, but
Oh, okay.
you know,
They
those
were on
guys go
vacation
deep.
together, and
This is-
LeBron was like, "Hey, man, you know what's great? Taking in a little sun, the way God intended."
I'm going to say he still hangs out with the banana boat, but Carmelo Anthony is gradually eased out of the circle.
You know what?
Yeah, just like Joe Johnson was.
Yeah, because
Oh.
I think Carmelo Anthony, because of how he screwed up his relationship with Lala, is now like not a guy you can just bring on vacation.
Mm,
I'm sure those guys do whatever, but like,
No,
yeah,
they
I think
they
he's
definitely go on couples vacations.
Right.
yeah. So he's like,
He's kind of on the
That's-
outs.
I don't think that Chris Bosh will remain friends with him.
no, it's
Chris
know what
Bosh,
would
I
be-
don't think has ever been friends with
no.
him.
I think Chris Bosh's whole thing was this. These aren't my dudes. I like music. I think that was. Chris Bosh's whole thing.
I like to brew beer in code.
Yeah.
I like having weird birthday parties with like live camels and elaborate, insane themes.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't?
Chris Bosh rules, dude. I love that guy.
I think
It would
that-
be.
if you don't mind me scooching back to Melo a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure.
If LeBron isn't Jordan, and I think that that's part of the thing that we're sort of landing on here, but if LeBron was Jordan in like the Jordan ways, I think that Melo would be on the outs for a year or two, but then I think that he would get like sucked back in and become like his left-hand guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, for like Michael Jordan. Wait, sorry. Are you saying
If
for
LeBron
Michael
was
Jordan?
Jordan, I think that Melo would eventually become like his Oakley.
Yeah, except
I
Melo
don't
can't
see
fight.
Melo's use for Jordan. Like, we've talked about Jordan's two friends, and they're Ahmad Rashad
Old
and Oakley.
soul.
And, like, Melo isn't, like, clean enough like Ahmad Rashad or tough enough like Oak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Apologies to Michael Jordan. Please don't
It would be-
hurt me.
I gotta say, it would be so tight if after LeBron retired, the inner circle included Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
It would be incredible. I don't think
I
it
mean-
will, but
That's the closest thing he has to Oak at this point.
Udonis Haslam is like too Riley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way too Riley.
yeah. LeBron
Like-
doesn't trust Pat.
Well, I don't think Udonis Haslam is like leaves the city of Miami ever.
No.
Either.
He's Wade's guy. I've always felt.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, LeBron's guy is definitely Mike Miller. Mike Miller and
Mike
James
Miller.
Jones.
I think. Yeah, I'm with this 100%. Mike Miller and James Jones.
I feel like Mike Miller has the same kind of sort of like enthusiastic corniness of LeBron James. Like LeBron might have started saying sheesh after hearing Mike Miller say it all the time.
Because he thought it
Yeah.
was cool.
Yeah, he's
Right.
like, yeah, this Mike Miller. Look
know
at his
who did-
tattoos.
you know
Look
who
at all
did-
the gear he
Probably-
wears.
They probably go see those like Adam Sandler, Chris Rock movies together.
Have you guys
I
seen
could
this
just
new Adam?
imagine.
Have you guys seen this new
I
Adam
like-
Sandler Chris Rock movie? By any chance?
no, not yet.
Heard
no.
it's not bad. Anyway, continue.
I've only watched one of those, and it's the David Spade,
Ooh.
the do-over,
Ay.
which is truly insane. Very weird.
You know who one of Durant's guys is going to be?
Fucking Nick Collison,
You know who the other one of Durant's guys is going to be?
Ian Clark.
Bill Simmons.
Oh right,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
his dudes are going to be Bill Simmons,
Yeah.
Tim Cook from
Bill's
Apple.
is Ahmad Rashad.
His agent,
Mhm.
Are we talking about LeBron or? No,
Durant.
Durant's agent.
Right.
Nick Collison.
Yeah.
Hey, not to back up a second here real quick, but do you guys think LeBron has watched the Meyerowitz stories?
Um,
Speaking of Adam Sandler movies.
I
I
think,
think he has not. I would say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go no on that one.
Oh, by the way, the one of the children I babysit,
Loves the
young-
Meyerowitz stories.
young Dallas. Oh, he was watching Thunderstruck with Kevin Durant. 'Cause
Oh.
he's a sports mad toddler.
So
But,
how was Thunderstruck? How was
It's
it?
really
I've seen
Kevin Durant is a terrible actor,
It's really not good.
like even by athlete standards.
Oh. Is he better or worse than Jordan in Space Jam?
Worse.
Michael Jordan's a good actor. I mean,
All
in
right.
playing Michael Jordan, he's good on SNL. Like
Yeah, he was great at tricking people into thinking he was a good guy for
he's-
25 years.
he's a great sociopath actor, just like Kevin Spacey.
And then he got on that fucking podium and ruined it all. God.
So I have the one thing I PA'd with a guy who was like the production manager on Thunderstruck, and he said Kevin Durant like had no requirements except like I have to stay on my crazy diet for the whole shoot. So the crew, all of the craft services was just, healthy macrobiotic Kevin Durant food. And like everyone on the crew lost like 20 pounds during the shoot.
Hell yeah.
We're super healthy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was like, no, we don't have any sodas. Everybody is drinking weird green like vitamin juice.
Whatever, man. I'm about it. Hell yeah.
No, he said it was awesome.
Yeah, like maybe every workplace should be like that, man.
Yeah, it really should.
Like maybe Kevin Durant's Thunderstruck shoot is the beginning of a socialist revolution, you know?
Yeah, well, they got to
So-
make Thunderstruck.
LeBron apparently stormed off during his post-game presser and told the media to "quote unquote" be better.
Oh hell yeah.
Wow. So this is the turn into the MAGA world for LeBron.
Yeah, for
Finally,
sure.
living in Northeast Ohio has gotten to him. He's like, you know what? The media does lie.
LeBron walks
Kinda
off
like
podium
this new
after
tax
exchange
money.
with reporter about JR, tells him to be better tomorrow. Oh my god.
Does he know they don't play until Sunday?
I still think he has to talk to
Yeah,
them
he still
tomorrow.
talks to
Yeah.
him tomorrow. Yeah.
I mean, weirdly, I think LeBron somehow still trusts JR. Like, he's still playing massive minutes.
I will say people in the mentions of this are like are saying that perhaps the reporter was a little unprofessional.
What did he do?
It's how,
I know who that reporter is. He's actually a Chicago guy, and it doesn't surprise me.
is it Heiken?
Was it Hawk Harrelson?
No, Hawk Harrelson is a god who deserves all of our respect. But,
Can I? So he asked about JR's state of mind like 5 times. However,
Oh.
how do you feel about storming off the podium when you are wearing a
Shorts.
suit that has shorts? Yeah.
Yeah, bring
Not-
pants.
I feel like it weirdly cuts the legs out of your rage that you have cut the legs out of your pants. You know what I mean?
So during Draymond's press conference, he said, you got to know the score. And then they said J.R. Smith claimed he knew the score, and then Draymond openly laughed at him.
His dribbling away from the basketball is very much a I better not get fouled move. Let's run off this clock. Yeah. Is this like the most stuff that has happened in a finals game in like decades?
Some of those fucking Heat Mavericks games were pretty stuff filled,
Yeah.
I will say. But yeah, this is a lot of stuff.
I feel like this game was also a little bit of an indictment of James Harden because you realize like when there's a true daddy on the court, the
Yeah.
Warriors don't go on these like 11-0 runs
Yeah,
because
that's
there's a
true.
guy who can take care of business on offense.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Harden seems to wilt in those
yeah.
situations.
Harden just can't make himself into daddy.
Yeah. He's uncle. He's Uncle James.
that's what they had Chris Paul for.
Chris Paul is daddy. That's
But
true.
but even that didn't work. Like the Warriors still made insane runs.
Chris Paul's like stepdaddy. No one
Yeah.
cares
All
about Chris
right.
Paul.
All right.
It's like, why are you yelling at everybody so much? You just got here.
Yeah, you're not
James
my
is our
real
real
dad.
family.
And
Stop
then
fucking-
you fucking slam the door in his face.
Yeah, but everybody's constantly fucking with his barbecue. He's totally justified. Come on.
Yeah. There's
you
a
think it-
special.
Hey,
There's
he still
special-
can't tell me what to do.
There's a special place in hell for you for speaking this way about Chris Paul.
Chris
That's
Paul
all.
is a great guy off the court, apparently, but there's a reason why his teams always like seize up in crucial situations, because he's constantly flopping, trying to trick refs, and then when he's not playing, screaming at refs for 3 straight hours.
Well, they weren't seizing up in games 4 and 5.
He's like, Chris Paul is like when a dad yells, "I'm gonna pull this car over," and you don't stop because you know he won't.
Except in games 4 and 5.
Well, okay. I mean, you could look at the rest of his career
Oh my god.
with him
Like,
throwing
here we
away
are.
entire
Here we are.
series.
I knew we'd get here. I knew we'd fucking
The
get
rest
here.
of his-
I just knew this
the
was
rest
going to
of
get
his
here.
Excellent career, in which he consistently made great plays in the playoffs
my
while
God.
hurt.
Oh
yes,
my
like
God.
Except when he blew a gigantic lead against Josh Smith and Corey Brewer, and that other time he
That was-
threw the ball in the air in the backcourt and blew that series against Oklahoma.
Can you win this war you're in? Is your oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't. I just, I just knew this was gonna happen, guys. The three of you just can't fucking help yourself when Chris Paul comes up, can you?
I just don't like dishonest commentary. I don't like disingenuous.
All right. Okay.
I mean,
Wilmes.
Yeah, I mean, I know
Wilmes.
all of his other trips to the
Disingenuous.
conference finals were so successful.
Sean.
Listen, man. You guys are rooting for Kevin Durant right now. So
We're kind of not rooting for Kevin Durant. We're rooting for the Warriors, but
if Kevin
not really
Durant
rooting for
misses,
Kevin Durant.
So when Kevin Durant misses, you like it.
I mean, I feel like there's a difference in those.
Wait a minute.
don't
Now
really
I want to
understand
know.
your
When Kevin
support of
Durant
Chris-
misses, do you like it?
No.
Okay. Here's
Okay.
here's a second question.
Starting to sound like rooting to me.
If Kevin Durant didn't miss a shot in a game, would you like that,
Yeah, because he's on my team.
Joey?
It doesn't mean I have to support him and say
Keane, be
he's
quiet.
like a great man and
Keane?
forgive all of his insanity.
Keane, I have the best sounding microphone. You need to be quiet for a second. Joey,
Yes.
if Kevin Durant did not miss a shot in
Hold
the
on.
game,
I didn't
Talk about
claim
Chris
to not
Paul,
be
dude.
rooting for Kevin Durant.
I know.
Uh-huh.
If Kevin
I
Durant
would
did not miss a shot in a
honestly-
game,
I would honestly probably still be complaining about the times he didn't pass to Steph Curry. I'm going to be totally honest
okay.
here.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you so much. I feel like that Joey got much closer to the cut of the truth than Keane over here. I'm sorry, Keane.
I mean, that's fine. I don't. Sure.
Yeah. Boy, it's got a little contention.
I mean,
Can we all just?
you like it? You like it when Evan Turner makes shots?
No,
Corbin?
it kind of annoys me.
Yeah, that is the correct answer. That is how I feel about Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
But so you would
He
be
is my
unhappy at
Evan
like a
Turner.
15 for 15 Evan Turner game in the playoffs?
I would. No, I would be annoyed because all the shots would be like long twos, right?
Yeah, so would Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
He'd
actually
make
seen
two
Evan Turner.
threes. The rest would be all like 12 footers over two people, while like people were like clapping in the corner waiting for the ball.
And
like
the
wide
video
open.
about it would be so obnoxious. Like, this is the greatest game of his career.
And then and you know what game he would do it in too, right, Joey?
A game where like Steph Curry had like a game where Steph Curry had gotten them a 15-point lead, and then he'd do it, and then everyone would be like, "Oh, Kevin Durant! Oh,
Yeah, it would be Game 7 too, and he would walk up to the podium and he would accept his Finals MVP trophy,
God, he's so whack, dude.
and then and basically all of the perverses, like all of the perverse incentives that have been wired into Joey Devine's brain would like give him a fucking aneurysm.
I mean, it's already weird enough to root for the Warriors when they're actually good and not like a strange, disastrous Washington Generals laughingstock. I kind of feel like Warriors fans in general have either gone like way too far or also never believed that anything good will last.
Yeah, some of you guys want Monte back. I can tell.
Look, I don't want Monte back. I want Anthony Randolph back.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a common Warriors thing, but I'm always like, man, if Kalena Azubuike just hadn't hurt his knee, I think he really could have been something.
Anyway, so we all said some things about Chris Paul we can't take back. Let's just have a quick moment for mutual respect amongst everybody after the things that were said about Chris Paul. Wilmes, you first.
Oh, I mean, I respect and love Sean and Joey very much.
Okay, Sean.
But anytime you come for Chris Paul, it's going to be like this.
John, this is not a space for statements like that, is it?
Well, I just made a statement like that.
Can I get something off my chest here real quick before we do this?
Yeah.
I got dragged into a Twitter fight the other night with John, not because I went at Chris Paul, but because I made a joke about Daryl Morey giving money to Mitt Romney.
You know what?
A joke I would make no matter who I was a fan of. Like, that's hilarious. If you can't make fun of Daryl Morey for bagging Mitt Romney, what can you do, John? What can you do?
John, please respond.
You know, it was like the fashion in which the Warriors had won that series was just kind of like not the most cool, or honorable.
Joey, it should be noted that they did foul game somebody while they were up.
Yes, it was horrible, and I was
terrible.
complaining about it.
Okay,
and
I fucking hate it.
So it's just any joke you were going to make at the expense of the Rockets at that moment was going to start something.
Because John, I think it's safe to say,
lifelong fan of the Houston Rockets.
Well, at the very least,
That's actually true. The Rockets championship 94, 95, like the first real team I followed for an entire season because I was old enough to, and I loved them. And I've been a Rockets fan since then. So, nice try.
Oh, John. Please. Okay. Keane, now it's time for you to say something respectful about everybody.
About John Wilmes? He's great.
Okay.
I bet he's a great professor, too.
Yes.
It was weird that he took shots at Joey when he was at the happiest place on earth. But I tried to...
I didn't know he was there.
You literally ruined my trip to Disneyland, John.
Yeah, I've ruined it. I know that.
But
I was waiting in line at the Matterhorn, and I'd be like, "Oh God, John is making things terrible for me." And then I would ride the Matterhorn, and then come back down, and it would be like, "Oh great, another tweet from John."
Well, and I did say something negative about Chris Paul, and then it turned into a weird exchange between some random stranger, and I felt bad, and I just deleted the tweet because I thought this is not the right time. Emotions are high. I'm a big Wilmes fan. We disagree about Chris Paul.
Let's just say some things were said about Mitt Romney and Chris Paul. And I understand that some feelings were hurt, and it also sounds like
Fertitta,
and it also sounds like Joey's Disneyland trip was made slightly worse by John. But I think we can all forgive you.
Why were you at Disneyland at 10 p.m. on a Sunday?
Can you just pause for half a second, John? Because I'm also very curious about that. But let's just get through this part of it. But I think we can all say that we all respect and love each other. And that we can just all forgive each other for things that happened online.
I have nothing but forgiveness in my heart.
Thank you.
I might even find it within, my emotional range to forgive Brian Colangelo for all the things that he said.
Yeah.
About John Wilmes. Would it be weird if half of those tweets from those accounts is just fuck John Wilmes? Piece of shit. Why does Corbin always have John on his podcast?
One of my favorite things about the Colangelo thing is it shows that it doesn't really matter who you are, just as the Kevin Durant thing did. We're all online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all mad online.
It's better than any feeling in the world being online. Now, Joey, why were you at Disneyland?
Why? Oh, we planned the trip like a long time ago, and it was Memorial Day, and my lady friend had the day off. So we were at Disneyland from like 10 a.m. to like close.
And Disneyland has really low attendance numbers on Memorial Day because people are traveling.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought
And
it
was it
was because they
her
respect the
idea?
troops too much to
It was not my idea to go to Disneyland, yes.
Did you enjoy
But I
yourself?
love Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland rules.
Fucking rules, dude.
Wilmes, how do
I
you
had
feel
a-
about Disneyland?
I liked it. I had a terrible experience there when we were making a trip there, and some reason we had our friend was a weirdo park ambassador, so we got free tickets. But it was the same day as the 2006 World Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent 3 hours of my day at Disneyland sitting outside the ESPN zone, and then Zidane headbutted that guy, and I was like, "What did I do with my life?"
That guy fucking deserved it, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a statue in Algeria of the headbutt.
Wait, really?
This is our champion. Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah, that shit rules.
and he also just quit his job as Real Madrid's coach after winning 3 Champions League finals in a row, and is like, yeah, they need another voice.
Who's Zidane?
Yeah, some Larry Bird shit right there.
God damn. Okay. All right, we are at the end of our recording tonight. Because we just started talking about Zidane headbutting people. Please promote things. Wilmes.
I wrote something at Real GM about Colangelo, and Corbin, you and I are going to start recording this paid podcast tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
they're going to come out
people-
on Wednesdays. The first one is going to come out this upcoming Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be about Michael Jordan for a while, and then eventually it'll be about other things. Keane.
We don't even really know, but yeah.
Yeah, I suspect Wilt Chamberlain will probably come up eventually. You know, things of that nature. Keane.
Listen to the Roundball Rock podcast, which you might be doing because we'll probably simulcast this on the feed.
Probably.
And come see my live comedy show, The Business, every Monday at Little Joy Bar in Echo Park in Los Angeles. This week we have Aparna Nancharla and soon-to-be-fired SNL cast member Luke Null. Just kidding. They might keep him. Who knows?
Wow. Hope he's not listening.
Check out Bard Yarker too. You still eat Bard Yarker?
I am.
And last and not least, Joey Devine.
Just listen to Roundball Rock. I'm currently, someone just tweeted out a picture of Bill Simmons sitting next to Barry Bonds at the Warrior game.
Oh my God.
Tim Marchman did. Wilm sent it to me.
Now I have to convince my girlfriend to put that poster up in our... I'm going to frame that photo, put it up in our bedroom.
Wait,
So I
Wilm
can
sent
stare
it.
on the ceiling so I can look at it during lovemaking.
Also on the walls, just any position you could possibly be in, it needs to be there. What do you think they talked about? Do you think Simmons just said, "So you do steroids or what"?
Oh no, I think Simmons was like, "Hey, Barry, I've always wanted to know, was your dad overrated, underrated, or properly rated?" And then Barry Bonds was like, "I don't know, man."
Said no.
It's like, man, I've never seen The Karate Kid. I'm sorry.
I've never seen Cocktail, Bill.
Oh, the other thing I would like to promote, sorry, I'm jumping in this again, is The Rock's Genius Talk for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
All 3 parts are up.
Yeah.
Each one is great.
Jordan
That
and
one
Jordan
too.
Peterson at the Turning Point USA Women's Conference. Check that out.
How would Jordan Peterson say "be better tomorrow," Corbin?
Be better tomorrow.
Clean your room.
You need to. Everybody stop making fun of Brian Colangelo.
Yeah, how do you think Jordan Peterson feels about the Brian Colangelo situation,
He was
Corbin?
just standing up for himself.
This is what happens when masculine impulses are shamed.
This is what happens when you shame masculine impulses at NBA front offices. NBA front offices are being taken over by women who are chaotic by their nature. Andrew Bynum was right to knock JJ Barea out of the air. And people shamed him, and then he turned into a weird hermit man. Christ, I wish I couldn't do this all day, but here we are. I'm NBA Jordan Peterson now, I guess. All right. I had a column on Vice Sports this week where I wrote about how Jason Tatum has brought death and destruction on himself.
Oh, that was great, Corbin, by the way.
There's
I really
something I
enjoyed
want to
that.
say about that, too.
Go
You
ahead.
do not deserve to be fired for that.
Yeah,
Corbin.
thank you. Some Boston sports fans might have said I deserve to be fired because I said that LeBron James is in touch with the universe and will destroy Jason Tatum for this slight, but they are wrong. I don't deserve to be fired. Also, I don't technically work there. I'm a freelancer. And yeah, get the Patreon. It's gonna be fucking good. Doing it with John. Say hi, John.
Hey!
And
Bang!
bang! The man yells bang when something happens. It's a joyous moment for all people. Okay.
It's a manly exclamation.
Oh, by the way, JR claimed he did know the score at the end, and
Fine.
unfortunately, Ty Lue said he didn't to the
Yeah,
media
lie.
before that.
You
So,
lie. JR, my dude.
Oh,
like a
There
like a
was
Law
something-
and Order episode.
did you guys see that weird Ty Lue story? Where he was like, I guess
Addicted?
he admitted that he had anxiety, and then before the game was like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have admitted that.
That he had anxiety?
Yeah.
That's fine, Ty. Everyone has it. I have
Yeah.
it. I have it.
Yeah, I have it, and my life is way less stressful than
Oh,
his.
I read something that's on the Shocker today.
It's not up till tomorrow, though, right?
Yeah, it goes up early tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, read the Shocker.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. I have
Who runs the Shocker?
us kind of. Emily does the day-to-day stuff.
Alex,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Lots of
Damon
people.
to a certain extent. Yeah. Okay, so that's everything. Thank you for listening, and please trust the process.
Shut
it down, let's go home.
Let's go home.
Don Pardo.